So South Carolina's governor race has just taken a turn that nobody saw coming. Days after Democrat Mullins McLeod launched his campaign, police dropped a bombshell. It was arrest footage so wild, so chaotic that it's hard to believe this is a man asking voters to put him in the state's highest office. He was seen shirtless, handcuffed, screaming threats at his political rivals from the back of a squad car, and that is just the start. This wasn't a private meltdown. The Charleston Police Department put it out for everybody to see. And now it's viral. It's dominating headlines and it's triggering panic inside the Democrat Party. So my name's Tom. I'm with the Daily Beltway. I'm also publisher of the Illinois Review and a White House correspondent for the Next News Network. And folks, we are growing fast, and every like, comment, and subscription helps us bring you the facts without the media spin. So this all started back on May 13th in Charleston's historic district, a bustling area with restaurants, nightlife, and tourists. And police got calls about a man yelling at the top of his lungs. Good times. They found Mullins McLeod, 53 years old, wearing nothing but underwear and shoes, sweating profusely, eyes bloodshot, pupils dilated, acting erratically. Officers arrested him for public disorderly conduct, put him in the back of a cruiser, and started the 35-minute ride to the county jail. And this is where things went off the rail. There's going to be language. There's going to be some stuff in this. And this is a Democrat candidate for governor in South Carolina. Check this out.
Hey, Nancy, right now, because I only promised that I would not do this once I started this campaign. Because I can't do this once I start a campaign. You better tell the world right now that what you did in the wall of the Congress was the greatest sin ever committed in the history of this.
He looks totally composed and well put together. Excellent job maintaining your composure, sir.
Where you went and blew Lee Atwater's dog whistle in President Donald Trump's house, and you thought the system was so corrupt, the president himself would not be able to take you out. You better hope you're not anywhere in Washington, D.C. or Maryland, wherever President Donald Trump is, because I'm telling you, my friend, he will kick your teeth in. He don't give a what your gender is. So let's go back to the teeth thing. I'm going to kick every one of them in, all right? If I'm through kicking them in, I don't know any dentist. Find me a dentist. Then they're going to put all your teeth, before you swallow them, you dumb coward, back in your teeth. Now, this is the way we're going to do this. You don't get Novocaine, you dipshit. And if the holes for your teeth, if they're not properly sized to the teeth, you don't get new teeth, you dumb. You got to put your whole work in here.
And that is why 10 out of 10 doctors do not recommend liberalism. So, Libs of TikTok put out, said, new footage showing arrest of Charleston County Democrat Party chairman and current South Carolina governor candidate William Mullins McLeod Jr. He went on an insane, unhinged rant, screaming profanities, threatened to kick in the teeth in of rivals, and yelled at cops. He also referred to himself as God and a bunch of other stuff. So, from the video, we saw that he threatened South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson, "I'm daring you right now while you've got all your teeth in your mouth." He turns to Congresswoman Nancy Mace, calling her vulgar names and saying, "I don't care what your gender is. Bleep, 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 bleep." He calls himself Superman and God. He invokes Donald Trump in bizarre conspiracy talk, uses racial slurs, insults women, and name drops Nikki Haley and Barack Obama. They're probably the ones paying him to do this. And this is the man Democrats thought would win statewide office in a deep red state. So what do you guys think? Should a candidate be making threats like this be allowed to stay in the race? And let us know in your comments. I say free speech is free speech, whether we like it or not. And it gives us good talking points like today. So this is where everything changes. Republicans pounced immediately. Finally, Nancy Mace posted the video online with the caption, "Violence against women has no place in politics." Wilson gave him the benefit of the doubt that he meant a political fight and not a street fight, kind of like when Joe Biden said he was going to take him behind the woodshed and beat him up or whatever. And Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evans' campaign said South Carolina doesn't need a liberal trial lawyer pushing the Biden-Harris agenda. And U.S. Rep. Ralph Norman said the state needs a real conservative leader to clean up Columbia. Even Democrats can't defend him. State Party Chair Christale Spain urged McLeod to suspend his campaign, saying he's facing profound challenges and should focus on his well-being. And Charleston County Democrat Chair Pastor Thomas Dixon admitted he didn't even know McLeod was running. And McLeod's response? Defiance. In a Facebook video, he called himself perfectly imperfect, claimed political sabotage, and promised not to stand down. And the truth is, this video is released just days after his announcement has fueled speculation it was a calculated hit. Maybe from even his own party. We don't know. And here's the part they never expected. This wasn't just an embarrassment, it's a strategic disaster for South Carolina Democrats. The party hasn't won the governor's mansion since 1998. They need a credible candidate to rally the base. Instead, they got a man who went viral for threatening to kick in the teeth of his opponents from the back of a squad car. Sounds like most liberal Democrats we know. Republicans will run this clip on loop from now until Election Day, and they should, because voters deserve to see exactly who's asking for their trust. McLeod said his arrest was unlawful and blames exhaustion, not drugs or alcohol. I'd love to see his breathalyzer. His lawyer said it's a mental health episode, but even if that's true, South Carolinians have to ask, is this what you want from the person making decisions in a crisis? Political violence is already on the rise nationwide. The Capitol Police say threats are up 50% since 2020, and this is a candidate adding fuel to that fire. So if you got value from this news update, tap subscribe. My opinion is next. Whew. This is about standards, stability, and fitness for leadership in our republic. South Carolina voters deserve better than a man whose biggest media moment is a shirtless rant in police custody. If this happened to a Republican candidate, Democrats and the media would be wall to wall with outrage. But here, the coverage is softer, and the calls to step down are very polite. And the reality is McLeod's candidacy is now radioactive. Every Democrat sharing a ticket with him in 2026 will be forced to answer for that video. And for Republicans, this is an opportunity to show that law, order, and personal responsibility still matter. That our leaders must be stable under pressure and not screaming in the back of a patrol car. This isn't just about one man's meltdown. It's about the kind of people we allow to lead and the kind of example they set for the next generation. In a time where our politics are already bitter and divided, South Carolina needs leaders who will lower the temperature, not blow up on camera and make national headlines for literally all the wrong reasons. So the bottom line, the voters will decide, but if this race is about trust, stability, and character, he just handed the Republicans the easiest win they could have hoped for. God bless, guys.